Hello and welcome to Him Tutorials. It's me Poonam, as I am here to help you in your online study, and the revision sessions are going on. We are doing the second chapter, components of food, and the subtopic types of nutrients is just started for the revision work, and the learning objective for this session would be we will learn about the fats and we will learn about the proteins completely. Okay. So, carbohydrates as the first component or the first nutrient we have discussed in our earlier lecture, and now we are going to start with the fats. As fats are also called as the energy giving food like the carbohydrates, but they give double the amount of energy as compared to carbohydrates, and carbohydrates are also called as carbs in modernized language. Okay. So, the fats which are provided to our body by both the sources, animal source and plant source. If we go for the plant source, then many type of oils like mustard oil, coconut oil, soybean oil, sunflower oil, these all kind of oils are we are getting from the plants, and we also getting oils from the dry fruits which we are eating, that are also as a plant source. And if we go for the animal source, then oil we can go for butter, ghee, and these type of things, they all are providing what? They are providing us the animal fat, or you can say the animal product as a fat. So, the animal product we are getting and the plant product we are getting, on the basis of this, the fats are divided into two categories. The first is unsaturated, okay, unsaturated fat, and the second one is saturated fat. Saturated fat. Unsaturated fats we are getting from plants, so it is a plant origin. Okay, and the saturated fat is the animal origin. We are getting it from the animals. Also, the plant origin fats, they are liquid at room temperature, okay, and animal origin fats are solid at room temperature. If we go for the examples, then plant origin fats are like coconut oil, okay, then mustard oil, and many more are there which we can exemplify in it, and here we can go for butter, ghee, okay. The plant origin fats are healthy to eat, okay, but the animal origin fat is not so much healthy, not so healthy. It is healthy if taken in small quantity, but if we are going to have it in large quantity, then these animal origin fats are not healthy for us, because as I had told you earlier that they solidify very soon, because they solidify at room temperature. So, what is going on in our blood vessels? They just accumulate on the walls of the blood vessels as a cholesterol, and the blood cholesterol increases and leads to very severe diseases like heart attack, and many other blood diseases are also there if this cholesterol level of the blood increases. Cholesterol is what? Just the fat part of the blood increases, or the fat increases in the blood, it will lead to the very dangerous situations of ones, okay. And we never go, or we never undergo fat deficiency. We never undergo fat deficiency. Why? Because the carbohydrates and proteins, if we eat them in excess quantity, they will also change up into the fats. So, we never undergo the fat deficiency. So, this is all about the fat, very simple and sweet, you can say the illustration of the fats. And one more thing I want to add here, that this fat acts as the insulator in our body. Insulator is somewhat like that which doesn't allow the heat to pass out, okay. So, or if the heat is not pass out, then in the winters, the person who is little bit fatty, okay, that fatty person has a layer of skin under it, a layer of fat under the skin. If this is the skin, then it has a layer of fat under this skin, and it will act as a insulator. And insulator will not lead to heat loss. Okay, no loss of heat will take place, and the individual it is helpful for the individual to remain in the warm conditions. Okay, now we are going to learn about the proteins, then we will recap about the plants, fats and proteins combinedly. Okay, now next we are going to learn about the proteins. As proteins, we know they are called as body building food. Okay, they are called as the body building food, and proteins are very important for the normal functioning of the body, because proteins are just formed by the you can say they are just formed by the combination of small units, and they are called as the amino acids. Okay, almost 20 amino acids are required by our body for the proper functioning of the body, and 20 amino acids groups are there, 20 amino acids groups are there, which combine with each other in particular type of number and order to give rise to a single protein molecule. Okay, so it is very important, because small amino acids are just combining with each other and they are forming the protein part in our body, and protein is what? It is the body building food. So plants can make almost all amino acids, they have almost all the amino acids in their body, but the animals or you can say our body, okay, so our body, human body, is not capable of having all the amino acids. We can synthesize up to only 12 amino acids. Okay, and the 8 amino acids which our body can't synthesize, they are called as the essential amino acids. Okay, these 8 amino acids our body can't synthesize. So now what is going to happen? If 20 amino acids are required for the proper functioning and our body can synthesize only 12 amino acids, then there is loss of 8 amino acids in our body. So this loss can be recovered by eating the animal and plant protein. In plant protein, we can go for pulses, we can go for groundnut, many type of fruits we can eat. Okay, and in case of animals, we can go for meat, milk, then we could eat eggs. Okay, so these are all the sources of the protein. So these 8 amino acids can be given to our body with the help of animal product and the plant product. Now what is the main function of the protein? If we talk about main function of the protein, so they are very important, because they help our body to or they can protect our body from the diseases. So it is very important because they protect our body from the diseases. Okay, and also it helps in the formation of different types of parts in the body, like hair, then your skin, then your muscles, then your nails. Okay, it's also helpful in formation of new cells and also repair the old cells. Okay, so hair, skin, muscles, nails and new cells and the repairment of the old cells, that is done with the help of proteins. Okay, these all things, ये सारी चीज़ें जो हैं वो प्रोटीन की हेल्प से सिंथेसाइज की जाती हैं बॉडी के अंदर. Okay, and the proteins are not only synthesizing this, but if we talk about the blood, then our blood also has a kind of protein that is called as hemoglobin. And this hemoglobin carry out very important function. it combines with the oxygen. Okay, the oxygen it gets from the lungs. Hemoglobin go to the lungs, have the oxygen, and this oxygenated hemoglobin blood, they will transfer this oxygenated blood to each cell, and there the cells will utilize this oxygen and in turn they will release the energy. Okay, and we have also talked earlier as the main heading of the chapter that components of food, and food why we are eating, to have the energy. So here there is a conclusion that the protein which is present in the blood, that is hemoglobin, it combines with the oxygen, and that oxygen it gets from the lungs. Now oxygenated hemoglobin will goes to the cells, each cell, and each cell will utilize the oxygen and the energy is released in the form of ATP. And what is the full form of ATP? We have discussed earlier, adenosine triphosphate. And also the carbon dioxide is released, and this carbon dioxide is again given back to the lungs by the blood. So these are the main you can say functions about the proteins which we have discussed. And proteins are very important. Why? Because they are the body building food in our body. And one more thing I want to add here, that our body can't store protein. Our body can store carbohydrates, our body can store fat, okay, but our body can't store protein. So it is very important that daily we should eat protein diet. Okay, daily we should eat protein diet, and that protein must be balanced. And how it may be balanced? 1 gram up to the 1 kilogram of our body weight. Okay, what will be the ratio? 1 gram up to the 1 kg of our body weight. That much of protein according to your weight you have to intake in the body. Also the protein intake should differ in different type of you can say age groups, and in gender also. Males require different quantity, females require different quantity. Also the you can say the nursing mothers and the growing children, okay, when the those children in which are in growing age, they require large amount of protein. Why? Because it is the body building food, and it is very much important to build and growth of the muscles and different parts of the body normally. Okay, and also I want to tell you that the plant protein is not so much you can say helpful as compared to animal protein. Animal protein is the sufficient protein diet. Okay, if you are eating an animal protein, then you have all the 20 amino acids in your body which is required for the proper functioning of the body. So animal protein is more better than the plant protein, and the richest source of the plant protein, that is soya bean. Okay, the vegetarian persons who doesn't eat the non-veg, that is your meat or your eggs, okay, so those persons can eat soya bean because it is the richest source of the protein on the earth. So I hope you understood, and let's recap all the things very quickly, that the fats are giving the energy as compared to the carbohydrates in double amount, and we can categorize the carbohydrates into two categories, that is unsaturated fats and saturated fats. Unsaturated fats are plant origin, saturated are animal origin. Unsaturated are liquid at room temperature. Examples are coconut oil, mustard oil, and animal origin fats are saturated and they are solid at room temperature. Examples are butter and ghee. The plant origin fats are very healthy to eat because they are lighter in weight, and the saturated fats are healthy if they are taken up in small quantity. But if you are going to eat more amount of carbohydrate, then it also transformed into what? Fat, and this fat, saturated fat, is not so healthy if it is taken in large quantity, because it will lead to increase the cholesterol level, the fat level of the blood, and it will lead to very severe conditions like heart attack, and person may die out also. And our body never undergo fat deficiency. Why? Because extra amount of carbohydrate, if we are eating, we are overeating if carbohydrate and proteins, then they are directly got changed up into the fat. Now this is the protein, and protein is called as a bodybuilding food, and different small units called as amino acids, they are combined with each other and they will form the almost 20 amino acids combined, okay, in different number and in different order, and to give a simple and it gives us a single protein molecule. And our body requires almost the functioning of 20 amino acids, but our body has only 12 amino acids. It can synthesize only 12 amino acids because different elements are required, like you can go for carbon, hydrogen, nitrogen, sometimes some metals are also included, sulfur is also included, phosphorus is also included here in the formation of the protein. So different elements are involved in formation of protein. So 8 amino acids are missed in our body, and these amino acids can be easily supplemented to our body with the help of plant and animal protein. And the function of the protein is that it protects the body from the diseases, it helps in formation of hair, skin, muscles, nails. Most importantly, it helps to form the new cells and repair the old cells, okay. And in our blood there is presence of a protein called as hemoglobin. It combines with oxygen, then it gives to this oxyhemoglobin goes to the cell, they help in releasing the energy. And for this energy we eat food. Carbohydrate, we have also seen that when we are eating carbohydrate, ultimately we are going to have energy in our body, and protein we are going to eat, fat we are going to eat, and these things are also giving energy in the form of ATP in our body, and the carbon dioxide which is released is given back to the lungs and it is expelled out from our body. And also the ratio must be, the protein intake ratio must be, because we can't store protein in our body, so the ratio must be 1 gram to the 1 kg of our body weight, okay. And the richest source of the plant protein can be supplemented by the soya bean. So with this, thank you so much. Keep watching and keep learning regularly. Thank you.